one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Cashing in, say, the way Liv did, well, that's like winning the lottery, isn't it? And I don't need to win the lottery because I work my ass off every week for a paycheck.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop a million songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Don't let the minutia of people distract us. This is the last year in the NAL. Next year we going to the AFL. A lot of owners around here got this type of money to even be in this league, so let's get that clear. A lot of naysayers around here, I've been seeing a lot of players chip chat about me. You think I care what the NAL players say about me?
Ladies and gentlemen, men and women, boys and girls, males, females, he, they, them, all that good stuff. Yo, what is up, yo? You see, I didn't say bro. You see, I didn't say what's up, bro. I said I gotta cut that out. Now watch me proceed to say bro like 30 times before the end of the show. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? Yo, I'm having a great day. I just ate. Yo, I was exhausted this week. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Exhausted, but we got some things to talk about. First off, I just want to say something. I was watching this thing called Slam Ball. I just want to point out that is not a sport. Okay, it's very few things of athletic venture that I say aren't sports. A bunch of motherfuckers jumping around on trampolines, a trampoline court basically, just dunking the ball. That is pure entertainment, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm not entertained by it, and that's no disrespect. It's just absolutely insane. That is just something I imagine going to like a trampoline park doing with the homies or with kids or something like that, you know, with a group. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what should be a professional sport? Kickball. Kickball should be a professional sport. I would like to see a professional kickball league get started up. I'm here for that. I would love to see. I would be a huge support. I would cover that. I would cover a professional kickball league. You know what? I wonder, is it a such thing as a professional kick? Well, there's no such thing as a professional kickball league, but I'm interested. In elementary school, that's all I played was kickball, bro. That's it. I'm just very interested to see if there's a... Now, it ain't no such thing as professional kickball, but they need to start a professional kickball league, bro. You get some of the coldest kickball players out there, bruh. Some of the coldest kickball pitchers out there, son. It's a whole different sport. It's a whole different sport. But listen, I've said too much already. Listen, I also want to say something else. I said that's not a sport, but you want to know something? Macaroni in a pot. Some wet ass. Listen, bro, that song is so hard. I just be listening to that song from time. I say from time to time, but I listen to it a lot more than from time to time, bro. That song is so hard. And listen, I'm a legitimate Tory Lanez fan. Like, I can put you onto some shit by Tory Lanez. But I don't understand why I like Tory and would hate Meg Thee Stallion, bro. That don't make no sense. I be seeing people walk around hating on Meg Thee Stallion, bro. For one, I love Cardi B also, bro. Cardi B is just a very positive type person, bro. I like her energy, bro. I love her energy. And Meg got bars, bro. Plus, Meg look good, bro. Her and Cardi both look good. But I don't know why people be trying to say her and Cardi. Like, I don't really hear people say Cardi look ugly as much no more, even though that's insane when I hear people say that anyways. I'm at the point where I know dudes be saying that because they know that's women they can't get, and females say it because they some haters. And Meg Thee Stallion is a absolute, like, those women right there are 10s, bro. And y'all find ways to say they ugly, bro. And that's just crazy to me, bro. But nonetheless, WAP is hard, bro. Song of the day, WAP. I saw somebody in the comment section. I hate the edited version of WAP, bro, by the way. Let them say what they need to say, bro. And two, I was in the comment section of a WAP video, and somebody was like, I love this version. It say exactly this version do what it's supposed to do. And some nerd was like, what exactly is this song supposed to do? I'm like, oh, what a loser. What a loser. I'm telling you. If you can't appreciate them bars, bruh. Meg snapped on that, bro. Meg snapped on that lap, bruh. Cardi and Meg snap from the top, make it drop. Listen, bro, stop hating. Stop hating. Listen, I'm here to tell you right now. Now, some people gonna think this crazy what I'm finna say, because people gonna be like, oh, you got the Missy Elliott song. No disrespect to Missy Elliott. By the way, Missy Elliott looks great. I don't know what diet she got on or what workout plan. That's commitment right there. Nonetheless, WAP is the hardest rap song I ever heard from female. It's one of the hardest raps, period. But the hardest raps, when I think of female raps or women raps that I done heard, that's gotta be the hardest, bro. That's gotta be the hardest, unless I'm just forgetting something. Something that I think is hard, not something that y'all think is hard. Like, somebody told me the other day, Anaconda. That's by Nicki Minaj. That's, to me, is not harder than WAP, bro. There was another song somebody else was saying that was harder than WAP that I don't agree with. It is hard, but it ain't harder than WAP. And I didn't like Anaconda, so that shit sounded goofy. That didn't sound like WAP. WAP is a banger, bro. There's some hoes in it, huh? There's some hoes in it, huh? That's fire, bro. The beat, all that. That's chef's kiss right there, bro. I did it. That's one. Anyways, let's get into today's video. I was looking at FS1 the other day, the show Speak. Joy haven't been on the show. It's a shame. You know, dudes just get to run rampant when Joy not on the show. The topics and the conversations that they have on the show. I love Shady McCoy. I actually think Joy and Shady is the only good analyst on the show. I think Acho is absolutely terrible at his job. You know, the toe kissing and ass kissing he doing up there to continuously get these positions is crazy. I always think it's interesting when you got a group of people doing something and it's clear who the company want to be the face of it, but it's very clear that the face of it is nowhere near as good as these other. Like, Emmanuel Acho can continuously throw out that he played in the NFL. He didn't accomplish much. It's an accomplishment to make it there, but when we're talking about your accomplishments within the NFL, what did you accomplish? You're not no player that nobody remember. Most people don't even know you played unless you tell them. So it ain't like you got a Shady McCoy who we immediately know is an NFL future Hall of Famer. It ain't like we know Joy Taylor's brother, so we know she know ball. So, or at least that's what the implication would be. She grew up with a Hall of Famer. So, and if you don't know Jason Taylor, then God bless you. But if you don't know Jason Taylor, I know you didn't know who Emmanuel Acho was. So, you know, it's just weird seeing him talk, just say some of the stupid shit that I see him say on a day-by-day basis, bro. It's absolutely insane. But I was listening to him talk about, can Joe Burrow, you know, take the throne from Patrick Mahomes in this upcoming season or whatever. And it just had me thinking, like, who gonna stop the Chiefs next season? Like, who is going to stop Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid, and this Chiefs organization? Like, they've been a machine. Look at them. What? They done been to the last, 5 AFC championship games. 3 Super Bowls, done won 2 of them. It's ridiculous. They running rampant. And, you know, I know people want to keep saying, you know, what quarterback is going to top Pat. It's not about quarterback. I don't think a quarterback can top Pat Mahomes with just 1 year of greatness, because it would have to be a hell of a year of greatness, because Pat Mahomes got a hell of a resume at just 26. I think he's 26 or 27. He might not even be that old, to be honest with you. So, I mean, that's nobody's topping Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes will sit on that throne as the best quarterback in the NFL for the foreseeable future. However, when we talk about next season, the 2023-24 season, what team has the best opportunity to knock the Chiefs off of the throne, to defeat the defending champions, to make sure they either don't get back to the Super Bowl, or if they do get back to the Super Bowl, to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? We're going to handle both scenarios. So, if I had to look at the AFC right now as currently constructed, what teams do I think could knock off the Chiefs? Now, you got to think, the Chiefs did lose a couple pieces, but that really shouldn't matter too much. Pat Mahomes won a Super Bowl last year with his leading wide receiver being Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, I understand when I say that, some people will be like, oh, no, it was actually Tyreek Hill. That's why, Travis Kelce. But that's why I said leading wide receiver. There is a difference between a receiver and a tight end. I understand the greatness of Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is not greater than the best receivers to ever play the game. That's just how this thing go. I would never take a great tight end over a great receiver. It just don't work like that. I would never take a tight end of Travis Kelce's caliber over a receiver of Travis Kelce's caliber. It just don't work like that. Receivers are just more dynamic and can do more for you usually. I understand how great Gronk is. In my personal opinion, I would take a Calvin Johnson over a Gronkowski. And I understand Gronk won Super Bowls. He also played with Tom Brady. So we ain't going to get into all that. But what team could knock the Chiefs off, even if it's just for a year? Because Pat Mahomes, I mean, let's just be honest. Pat Mahomes is in a great situation. And unless the situation just goes sour, where there's just no talent at all. I'm talking about no offensive talent, no defensive talent. Andy Reid retired. Pat Mahomes going to be in this situation for a while. This probably be more like the Patriots dynasty that we saw a couple years back. The only difference is in football, much like it was actually at that time, the Patriots can't win every single year, but they can stay in the conversation every single year. And so the Chiefs will remain in the conversation, but can a team actually take out the Chiefs next year? And I get to looking at some of the teams. You know, obviously the first team up there, you know, you got the Aaron Rodgers led Jets. I was told they were just a quarterback away. That's what I was told. Now I could be wrong, but that's what I was told. And it would be an interesting matchup because I do like the Jets defense. But this is the thing. I like Aaron Rodgers. But this is the thing. I also saw Aaron Rodgers from last year not be able to muster up enough to beat the Detroit Lions that are nowhere near as good as the Kansas City Chiefs. Another problem is, I want to say Aaron Rodgers is big in big games, and he is big in big games, but in the playoffs, I don't see Aaron Rodgers getting past Pat Mahomes in the playoffs. I don't see Aaron Rodgers and the Jets getting past the Bengals, the Bills, the Ravens. Like, it's teams that I think can take out Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I don't see the Jets being what everybody else told me they're supposed to be. Now, I understand there's people out there who have absolutely no expectations for the Jets, and even with what I believe the Jets will or will not be, my expectation is still that this is a Super Bowl contending team, that they make a legitimate push to a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and that team that they have. They got weapons. They got a defense. They got a good running back coming back. We'll see how Breece Hall is on his way back. But if healthy, if clicking, I do see this team being a threat to the Chiefs. Ultimately, however, I do see the Chiefs getting over that hump because a couple of reasons. You got to trust that Aaron Rodgers is going to stay healthy for a full season and not have some nagging injury that could prevent him from playing his best football this year. I just don't think you can play 50% football, 60% football and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I say all the time, the Chiefs never had the best defense throughout the season. When the playoffs start, their defense plays great football. So, in my opinion, and the only team that really has been able to pick apart a Chiefs defense in the playoffs, aside from that Bills game where the Bills still lost, is the Bengals. Because the Bengals did it 2 years in a row and they still lost one of those games because the Chiefs are just that great of a team. I know we love to talk about how great Pat Mahomes is. I know how much I love to talk about how great Pat Mahomes is. But at the end of the day, the Chiefs, great coached, great defense, great offense, and a team that understands how to win. It's a winning culture. It's a winning organization. It's just like what you had when you had the Patriots, just replacing pieces and pieces just fitting in seamlessly. Because when you have a team that wins so much, that's used to winning, that's been champions multiple times over, this is the type of organization and infrastructure, that's what I was looking for, that you begin to build. So I love what I see from the Kansas City Chiefs. And because of all those reasons, I don't think that the New York Jets are a legitimate team that could knock off Superman. I just don't see them snatching off Pat Mahomes' cape. But then we move to the Buffalo Bills. Now, I know a lot of people are sour on the Buffalo Bills. I get it. You hype them up every year just for them to let you down. Build you up to break you down to build you up again. It's crazy. However, the Bills are a team that has a legitimate chance of beating the Chiefs. Here's why. It's matchups. I know I talked in a couple videos ago about how I don't see the Bills being able to beat the Bengals when they playing at 100. But the Chiefs is a different story because as great as Pat Mahomes is, at the end of the day, talent still have to play up to their level. I don't think the Chiefs have a good enough receiving core if the Bills go in and play great defense, great offense, and Josh Allen is on point. The game that the Chiefs won against the Bengals, and I know the Chiefs can beat teams that have superior talent. However, we also done seen a Bills team take the Chiefs to the limit by playing perfect football. The difference in that game is the Chiefs didn't just have Travis Kelce. They had Tyreek Hill. You take Tyreek Hill out of that game, it's no shot that I think the Chiefs win a game in which the Bills played that perfect. So because of that, I do believe the Bills can beat the Chiefs. But when it comes to that playoffs and it comes to that moment, will the Bills coach be able to adjust and make the proper adjust? And another thing with the Bills, bro, it cannot just be we start off fast and we ride that throughout the game, or we start off rocky and we try to find ways to scrap towards a win and we might play. They got to somehow find a way to consistently start the game off and be consistent throughout the whole game. It can't just be riding on a heater. You know, we got to be hot coming in. No. This is why the Chiefs beat the Bills so much, bro. They don't care if the Bills is on a 10-game win streak. They could care less if the Bills just lost 2 games and need to bounce back. They don't care about none of that. The Chiefs remain consistent. That's why they are champions. Pat Mahomes don't get too high. He don't get too low. He remain consistent. You can tell that a team like the Bills, that's a big-time team with fans, they ride the waves of fans, and fans can get hot, and fans can get low. The Chiefs just remain consistent. In the face of any, that's what made the Patriots so dominant through those years. That's why I always thought the Ravens was the best team to face the Chiefs. To face the Patriots throughout those years, because they just remained consistent. The noise didn't make him too high, didn't get him too low. That's why I think Lamar Jackson, rolling into the next one, is the perfect person. Now, you could say I'm biased. I'm a Ravens fan. But if you watch Lamar Jackson, the consistent, he never too high, never too low. He take everything in stride, just like Pat Mahomes. He just ain't had the talent that Pat Mahomes done had on offense. So he wasn't able to develop in the ways he needed to. I know people say, oh, well, Pat Mahomes didn't have talent last year and look at how he played. Well, Pat Mahomes said after his first year, he talked about the different type of ways he developed in ways that he didn't have, in ways that he didn't know how to play or didn't play like in his first season that he developed after that. That helps when you got talent around you. That helps when you got a good coordinator and a good coach around you that's so hell-bent, so great at offensive play calling, offensive structure, offensive game planning. Lamar ain't had that. Lamar has legitimately, in my opinion, had nothing to make him anywhere near as great as he should be on offense or could be on offense. Aside from, he got Mark Andrews. And if not for him having just an impeccable work ethic, then I don't even think he would be at this point. But because Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal leader, and to me, when I think about two quarterbacks or quarterbacks as talent, take everything away. How talented is this player by themselves? How do their talent stand on its own? Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, are the two most talented quarterbacks in football, and I don't even think it's close. They do not need talent around them to be great. Now, they need talent, obviously, to win because the NFL is a team game. But when you talk about dudes that's able to just carry a team on their back with as little talent as possible, it's those two. You talk about everybody around them just struggling on a weekly basis, just finding ways to keep teams in races and in spots they should not be in. That's Lamar and Pat Mahomes. Which is why if the Ravens can finally get it right with this offensive squad around Lamar, that's the team that I think will truly give Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs a run for their money. So I told you that I think the Bills could give them a run. As long as the Bills find a way to get off of this roller coaster of being an up and down fan-driven team. Bro, the Chiefs could care less if you cheer for them, boo for them. That's what champions become. Consistent and oblivious to the noise. And so I told you I think the Ravens could give them a legitimate chance. I don't think the Jets could give them that this year. You go to the Bengals. The Bengals could do it. The Bengals could do it. Now listen, I like Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is a good quarterback. I started calling him Joe Shiesty before I heard the national media calling him Joe Shiesty, bro. But I could be wrong. But I think Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback because I don't think the quarterback talent pool is as deep as people would like to believe it is. However, and Joe Burrow is getting better by the year because he do play in a tough AFC. This is my only problem with, this is my only concern more so for Joe Burrow. And I understand they are a team who already have beaten the Chiefs, which is why they are a team that could do it again. But what happened when the talent ain't talenting? That's my problem. I don't think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I think he white and you love him. And he smoked a cigar so you love him. But he got more talent than all three of those dudes. There's no quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion, with more talent on their offense than Joe Burrow. And that includes Jaylen Hurts. I do not believe it's a quarterback that's got the type of outside talent and inside, because they can stick one of them big motherfuckers in the inside, as Joe Burrow. He got great running backs, 3 number 1 receivers. Like, Joe Burrow have a ton of talent around him. So I truly, and I say this all the time, I don't know how great Joe Burrow really is. I don't look at Joe Burrow and I watch Joe Burrow a lot. Probably a lot more than most Bengal fans watch Joe Burrow. I don't see on a game-to-game basis Joe Burrow doing things that make me say, wow, that's him, not the talent. And and listen, to the people who would say, well, he got the talent, so he shouldn't have to play above the talent. I agree. But it's just times when you see guys and you know It's not just the talent. When I watched Lamar and when I watched Pat Mahomes, it was not just the talent. I watched both of those motherfuckers and said to myself, it is something that's separating them. And I was late on both of them. So I could be late on Joe Burrow. When I watched Pat Mahomes, I didn't know if it was the talent or if it was him until that Super Bowl against the 49ers. No. Until they lost against the Patriots off of that BS onside. And then I really knew it after that comeback against the 49ers. For Lamar, it was his first game in his second year, where I was like, what quarterback who they say can't throw come back and do this in their next year after a full offseason? What? His last game was in the playoffs against the Chargers, and this is his first game back? What? Like, who does this? Like, that was crazy to me. I haven't seen something yet from Joe Burrow that said that, yeah, that's that guy. But I see that from his talent all the time. Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and I know y'all like to forget about Tyler Boyd because he's been there for a while. He already got his money. But Higgins, Boyd, Chase, all of these dudes have moments throughout games where it's like, yo, these dudes are unreal. They pull out Calvin Johnson impressions just on a regular basis. And so, to me, while I love the Bengals defense, I think the Bengals got a great defense. They did lose some pieces, but they got a great defense. The Bengals' greatest defense is how great that offense is on a game-to-game basis. If they can remain, and that's one thing about the Bengals also. I don't think they really care too much about the noise. I really don't. I never really see them get too high or too low. And mind you, they got Eli Apple on their team, so they used to people talking trash and wanting them to lose. Jamar Chase talk a lot of shit. So, you know, I understand the national media love Joe Burrow, but a lot of the people who I talk to, a lot of the fans who I'm around are not really Bengal fans. Now, maybe that's just a Cincinnati thing. Nobody really rooting for the Bengals down here, but the Bengals are a legitimate team that can take out the Kansas City Chiefs. And I actually think, aside from, I think the Ravens' greatest chance is because of Lamar Jackson being generational. The Bengals have generational talent lying throughout that offense. And I just think if the Bengals go in and have their absolute best game, they can beat the Chiefs. Because they still they haven't lost those three weapons. Now, I'm almost certain that T. Higgins is going to end up playing somewhere else because he's just going to be paid more to play somewhere else. Because the Bengals is not going to be paying three receivers top tier money. And I just don't see none of them dudes taking huge. Jamar Chase not taking a pay cut because he haven't been paid yet. I don't see Tyler Boyd could be a one that take the pay cut because he been paid. But why would he take a pay cut if he knew he on his last couple big contracts and could go elsewhere to get a big contract? And that's just how competition works. People are going to eventually try to take this talent away from the Bengals once they see openings. So they're going to have to strike fast. So it's not that I'm saying that the Bengals is the greatest opportunity, is the greatest team to take out the Chiefs because of all the talent. I'm saying that because they got the talent and you don't know how long that talent is. So if they know what we know, that this talent don't stay grouped together forever, even Tyreek Hill ended up leaving the Chiefs, you got to strike while the iron is hot. The Bengals, I hate to say it, bro, but the Bengals have as good a chance as anybody is taking out the Chiefs. Now, do I believe a team like the Dolphins, the Patriots? Hell no for the Patriots, but a team like the Dolphins, the Chargers, you know, the what's the other team? The Titans could take out the Chargers. No, I mean the Chiefs. No, I do not. My belief will remain. You need a quarterback, bro. Those teams don't have quarterbacks. I love Tua. I just don't know if Tua can stay healthy. Like I said before, it feels like this is a Luke Kuechly concussion type of issue. And I hate that. But if you can't even trust that he can go down, take a sack without getting hurt, you got a problem. Miami, you got a problem. So those are the three teams that I think legitimately could have a chance to take out the Chiefs and knock them off of that throne, man. Who gonna stop them? With that fourth team, I don't believe the Jets are the team to do it. Now, in the NFC, I do not think that there is too many teams over there that could take out the Chiefs, to be quite frank. That's why I did them second, because it's a very short list. I do think the Eagles could get them in a rematch and actually beat them. Jalen Hurts played a hell of a game. I mean, some people say he outplayed Pat Mahomes in that game. I don't get into that type of semantics. I mean, I don't think Jalen Hurts give a damn about him outplaying Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl that he lost. But the Eagles have the talent still. The defense decide to get a stop in the second half. It's a completely different game. The defense not getting a single fucking stop in the second half, it felt like, is what changed this game. So, do I think the Eagles could take out the Chiefs? Absolutely. The Eagles are still a great team. I still have a lot of faith in Jalen Hurts. Now, teams that you might think could, but I don't think can, the Cowboys. It's very simple, man. As good as I think the Cowboys could be, I don't trust Dak, bro. And it's not me hating on Dak. I don't know what else Dak needs or could have that could get him over the hump. He done had the receivers. He done had the running backs. He done had the defense. He done had the coaching. I don't know what else he can do to get over that hump. So that's one of them situations where I got to see it to believe it at this point. You dig? And the 49ers, listen, quarterback, I have to see. Plus, this is Brock Purdy's second year, so I'm very interested in that also. But, you know, the 49ers love to start the seasons bad and then pick it up. I'm very interested in what the 49ers look like this year. Obviously, they'll look like a good team because they got Kyle Shanahan. But I have no fucking clue what Brock Purdy will look like coming back from injury. Do Trey Lance play this shit? Like, who knows? It's just too many unknowns when you talk about the 49ers. So I'm not giving them that over the Chiefs. So I guess what I'm saying at the end of the day, the Chiefs still reign supreme right now. And the only team that I can see knocking them out now that Brady has retired, and there is no team led by the GOAT anymore, is either the Ravens or the Bengals or the Bills. Those three teams, in my opinion, are the biggest threats to the Pat Mahomes throne. Now, you won't knock him off of that throne. His ass is stuck on that shit like cement, my boy. However, you can start denting it up, you know. You can start plugging up the jackhammer. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you fuck with them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.